So I came in for my shift. I was working the night shift, and Dina is in the barn videotaping. And she's very excited because Semba's acting a little different, a lot different actually. She seems a little agitated. She's walking around in the stalls, in the barn. She's backing up. She's kicking her legs some. She's kind of doing some slow circles. And Dina goes, "Oh my gosh, there's a bulge." And so we see the bulge under her tail. And it wasn't really prominent right then at that time. But Dina continues to film her, and I'm texting Sue, and as I text Sue, Sue's like calling. She's like, "Okay, we can't text, we've got to talk. So we're talking, and I'm just giving her the play-by-play of what Semba's doing. Still like kind of the same behavior, just seeming really agitated, constantly walking, turning, kicking, kind of pushing on her abdomen a bit with her legs, and then she goes outside. So we're in the south paddock, and she's still being videotaped, and I'm on the phone with Sue still talking to her, and Sue's on her way here, and I am just telling Sue exactly what's happening. And what was happening is Semba comes out and she puts her head down on one of the bollards and she just leans into it. So we were like, okay, this is what they told us to look for, specifically when she's in maybe the third stage of labor. So we are watching that, and all of a sudden she turns around and the bulge is just prominent under, and she's just right there, and Dina was like, this is it, she's gonna have it. And so she, Semba went from the south paddock to our middle paddock, and as she was walking down underneath her, there was just this comma shape of the amniotic sac with the baby in it, and it Semba stops in the middle paddock, and it was just textbook. Just went to the ground, splat, and broke the amniotic sac open, and it was just, the whole thing was so quick. It was within 20 minutes of us really knowing that this is it. And so she made it look effortless, although I'm sure that there was a lot involved with her. But so she's Semba's being very attentive. The baby's on the ground, still has the amniotic sac over her head, over her trunk, but Dina immediately says she's breathing. And so Dina's filming the whole time, and she said she's breathing, so we're all watching that, and I'm on the phone with Sue still, telling her everything, and Sue says, I'm almost there, I'm at 22nd, in Country Club. And so then Semba is taking all of the amniotic sac off of the baby, and she gets it off of her head, and then the rest of it just slides down her trunk, and we're all just sitting there watching this precious baby on the ground, totally perfect, breathing, already up, alert, looking around, and we just, I think probably pretty much right after that, at least 3-5 minutes after that, Sue comes, and then within several more minutes there are a few more people coming, but we're all watching her, and at that point we're starting to record observations, behaviors. We are starting to look. She stood up, I think, within 15 minutes, and she attempted to nurse within 20 minutes. So she got up, she was very strong, she knew exactly what she was doing, and it just was amazing.
Wow, so you're telling me I was getting goosebumps.
We all had goosebumps. I was crying. It was so amazing. It was so perfect. We had anticipation, and she was in her window of time that we all thought, and we're thinking, okay, it's going to be, July, end of July. And then she did away with that. We had all of our birth dates in, and she outlasted all of us. And then, so then it just got to be this waiting game. But she knew exactly what she was doing, because she just, put out that perfect little baby. So that night, any time that the baby and Semba got close to where the other elephants were on the other side of the bollards, so they were separated by a long row of fence. Any time that Semba and the baby got close, you can see these trunks just coming in, wanting to, smell the baby, touch the baby gently. And they were, Punga and Langili were in the grass yard, and they both wanted to touch that baby, especially Langili. And every night after that, the baby got more and more brave about going up to the bollards, and she especially interacted with Langili a lot. It was really cute, and she would mock charge her brothers, put her ears out and charge, and they both kind of would stand there and go, what was that? So yeah, it was fun. I think that we are all really happy about how well Semba and the baby are being able to be incorporated with the herd and being on exhibit. I don't know if we really expected to have her in our grass yard, our far side of the exhibit, as much as she is this early. She's just doing great. She's already been on the wallow. She's been introduced to her dad, and that all went, really well. He's been, extremely patient with her, and all of the elephants have been. She just now this morning, she was following Sunzu around for whatever reason, and Sunzu didn't really care for it, but he was still very patient with her. We're anticipating she can go out and hopefully within the next several weeks, and people will be able to see her up close and personal.